We're here with a beautiful 1981 Pontiac Trans Am Firebird in black and gold. We have a ton of inventory on our YouTube channel from all 6 of our showrooms. So if you'd like to subscribe to that, you'll be able to see everything that we post throughout our entire 6 showrooms across the company and more. Pontiac Firebird has been featured in a lot of TV time over the years. Firebird's driven by Jim Rockford in the Rockford Files, played by James Garner, all the way to the black Trans Am featured in Smokey and the Bandit. Black and gold are the iconic colors for these Pontiac Trans Am Firebirds, as you can see by this 1986 Bandit tribute. 1976 was the first year of the Trans Am with the iconic black and gold special edition colors that people envy over. With a Restomod, people are always looking for those modern conveniences. For example, this one has 4-wheel disc brakes. It's got larger gold snowflake wheels and tires on it. That's going to make it drive more like a modern 2020-ish car. With the original one only having front disc brakes, it wouldn't have stopped as easy or smoothly, or started as easily or smoothly with something like we've got here, which is the fuel-injected LS3 motor. Fuel injected, lots of horsepower, don't have to worry about cold start with a choke or pumping the accelerator pedal to get it to run. This is turnkey, ready to go. Back in the day with the original low horsepower motor that this car probably would have had in 1981, flipping that AC switch would have really cut down your power. With the emission standards of 1980, the engines were really choked down and didn't have as much power as they did in previous years. This one having the LS motor in it really makes a difference. You almost have a modern vehicle with modern gauges, modern drivetrain, modern pretty much everything except for the original body that you would have got from the factory back in 1981. 1977 and 1978 are very similar as far as body styles go, and most like the cars used in the Smokey and the Bandit series that made these cars so popular. Mostly styling cues and updates in the 1979 to the front, and minimal changes through 1981 occurred, with 1981 being the last year of the second-gen Pontiac Firebirds. One of the body style changes of this era of Trans Am was really the headlights from the Smokey and the Bandit vehicle. A little bit of a different style with the Enduro front bumper, but in general, the entire car is very recognizable from the movie. The hood bird has changed a little bit over the years as well, but this one sports a large gold screaming bird on the hood like it should. Things to watch out for when looking to purchase, especially a black vehicle like this gorgeous black Trans Am, are just the body gaps and the bodywork. Black shows everything from specks of dust to poor bodywork. So I remember as a kid always being at car shows with my father and looking down the sides of cars like this to see how straight they actually were. And if they were wavy, he would make a joke and say, "Look how friendly that car is. It's waving at you." Interior-wise on these vehicles, you got a lot of little intricate parts and pieces like the machined gauge package with the gold machined look. In a Restomod like this, they've upgraded the radio, which looks to be a navigation flat screen radio. So that's a nice upgrade. Typically you would have had maybe just an AM or an AM/FM cassette back in the day. The interior looks fairly fresh in it, but you know, you can get wearing and fading on the seats, the upholstery, the carpet, things like that. Be careful when you do purchase a vehicle with T-tops. Hopefully you can find one that is a factory T-top car, because the aftermarket ones didn't quite look the same. They didn't quite fit real well. They leaked sometimes. And obviously something from the factory with T-tops would be worth more because there was an option that was selected direct from the factory. A T-top car like this, and especially if you can find one that is vintage to, you know, the Smokey and the Bandit movie era with a 4-speed in it, is super valuable. These cars have been going up in value over the years. When you talk about Corvettes of this era, Mustangs of this era, or any of the other big manufacturers, the Pontiac Trans Am is probably one of the most sought after vehicles of the late 70s, early 80s. Another thing to look for when you're purchasing a vehicle, on any vehicle, you want to make sure that there's no rust. You want to take a look and see if the floor pans have been patched, and if so, if they've been done with quality work A lot of people worry about cars from the Northeast. In all reality, a lot of vehicles have gone all over the country over the last 15, 20, 30, 40 years. You really need to get underneath the vehicle and check for rust. Another cool feature with this vehicle is those tail lights, but also where they've kind of hidden the gas cap. Right here is the door for your filler cap, which is pretty neat because just like the 1956 Bel Air, which was hidden behind a rear tail light, this one is almost not visible to the naked eye. Thank you for taking time to check out this 81 Trans Am that we have, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as you browse the hundreds and thousands of vehicles that we have on there, please also take notice of the date of the video, because we have all of our sold vehicles from the past up there as well. So if you want to see our full current inventory, go to streetsideclassics.com for the latest new arrivals as well as what you see on YouTube.